Chris Rock stepped onto the stage of Jimmy Kimmel Live with his signature swagger, ready to deliver the kind of quick wit and sharp humor fans have come to expect. The crowd welcomed him with thunderous applause, and Jimmy greeted him with a playful jab about his latest stand-up tour and recent headlines. Chris responded with a grin and fired back a joke of his own, setting the tone for what seemed like another fun late-night segment. The conversation started smoothly as they joked about Chris's Netflix special, The Challenges of Doing Comedy in a Politically Sensitive World, and the line between edgy and offensive. Chris didn't shy away from saying comedy has become a harder space to navigate, but insisted it's a space worth defending. Jimmy nodded along, but added that some jokes do hit nerves, especially when they're tied to real-life drama. When Jimmy steered the conversation toward the infamous Oscars moment and how it affected Chris both personally and professionally, things started to tense up. Chris gave a short answer and tried to pivot back to comedy, but Jimmy pressed on, asking if Chris felt any lingering bitterness or if he planned to address it again in future material. Chris grew visibly irritated and said he wasn't on the show to rehash the slap again. He made it clear that he's moved on and isn't interested in making it the center of every conversation. Jimmy tried to soften the moment with a joke, but Chris cut him off, pointing out that talk shows thrive on controversy and rarely respect boundaries. The energy in the room shifted as Chris said that comedians shouldn't have to defend every joke or moment from their past, especially when they've already addressed it. He added that comedy isn't about being safe, it's about being honest, and he was tired of explaining himself to people more interested in headlines than the actual message. As Jimmy tried once again to steer the conversation back, Chris stood up mid-sentence, saying that this wasn't the interview he agreed to and that he wasn't about to turn another appearance into a media circus. He removed his mic, nodded to the audience, and walked off the stage as a stunned silence fell over the studio. The internet exploded with reactions. As the clip went viral within minutes, fans debated whether Chris overreacted or if he had every right to walk out. The clash reminded everyone that behind the laughs there are real boundaries, and even the funniest voices have their limits when it comes to being pushed too far on public platforms.